will not enjoy.
I mean,
I
I
hate it when
think you're
they
more.
shoehorn that in.
I think you're more the Divinity / like Baldur's Gate type, where you
Yeah,
can.
or like Batman Arkham Asylum, like where it's literally just like the narrative came first. And I don't
Yeah,
know if
yeah.
that's the case when it comes to Suicide. I mean, it'll come out in February and you'll tell me whether
Yeah,
or
I'll
not it
talk your
is,
guys'
but
ears off.
I'm not
I
gonna I'll wait for it to come out
look.
on Game Pass.
An MMO should be an MMO first, and other games should start with narrative. You can't shoehorn like multiplayer online gaming into a game that should have a narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I think we'll have to wait to see what they do because,
Yeah.
in my opinion, Rocksteady, and this is like some guy on Reddit the other day was like, "This is a far cry from the way Rocksteady used to be," and I'm like, "When? They haven't released a game in 10 fucking years. We can't accurately judge their studio except for based off their last game of Arkham Knight, which was fucking stellar. And
Oh, they did Arkham
They
Knight.
did all the Batman games, man.
yeah, like
Well, those are fucking amazing.
so I think if anybody could pull it off, it'd be Rocksteady. Yes, I'm probably going to be a bit biased because I love their studio, but I don't know. Like, we'll have to wait and play the game, and I'll let you guys know. And then Alex will be like, "I'm
Yeah.
not buying that, anyways." So it's all a mute point to begin with.
I'm just gonna play Baldur's Gate for the next like 100 years because I think I could probably play the game for that long and still find
Wow,
new
I
shit.
didn't even realize that Rocksteady literally basically has only done Batman games.
Yeah, they've
Yeah.
done they've done Arkham, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight, and that was it. They didn't do
That was
Gotham
it.
Knights.
They
They
did
didn't.
Urban Chaos Riot Response
Oh, the guy,
in
yeah.
in 2006.
That sounds like a propaganda game. Oh my
Yeah.
god. You can
Um.
It
play a
got
riot cop.
it got average reviews.
Now I will say this. Right now, Larian Studios is becoming my favorite studio, simply because they told Ubisoft to fuck off with their subscription-based bullshit. Because the president of Ubisoft, and I know this is in the Stone Gauntlet, so I'll switch gears here in a second, but the president of Ubisoft came out and was like, "Hey guys, gamers need to get used to games as a subscription and just stop expecting to own them." And Larian Studios came in and responded to that tweet with, "Games should put the consumer first before
Yeah,
they put
well,
the shareholders."
Larian, yeah, I mean, Larian can say that all they want, to be honest with you, but everyone buys games now through Xbox or Steam, and technically you do not own those games.
Well,
Look, you haven't owned a game since
Like hard copies.
1994.
it's
Like hard
less
copy. Like
it's less about
it's a
Actually,
license.
no,
It's a
you're right
license.
because discs are legally licenses. I forgot about that. That they are
Yeah.
legally essentially just a license to play the game.
see, it's less
Yeah.
about
You
that.
can't re-engineer it.
It's less about like now I get everything that we buy digital is a loaner. I get that.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
but what they're saying is that Ubisoft wants to go
Oh yeah.
pure subscription. Like if you want Ubisoft games, you better subscribe to
Right,
Ubisoft
you have
Plus.
yeah, Ubisoft,
Yeah.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Which
That's
that is bullshit.
it's like yeah. I- I've dealt with this issue since uh fucking Sony started putting rootkits on their CDs. Um, back in the 90s and the late early 2000s, like and pirating games, like the idea that uh yeah, you buy a game, it's just a license to play the game. Like I don't know if you remember mod chips in the PS1 and PS2 where you could play burned DVDs in it. That was a big deal. I had a mod chip. Um, but like you know, it, Ubisoft can do whatever the fuck they want. Larian Games is old school. They're going to release games that you can buy and play and play and play and play after you've purchased them.
And that's what I mean by it. It's like
Yeah,
Larian released Baldur's Gate 3, which is a love letter to fucking fans of 2024. To the point.
It's
Which,
amazing.
yeah.
I mean, it's to the point where like the only game that actively competed against it was Tears of the Kingdom, and that's saying something.
And it makes me
Yep.
really happy that Larian's gonna have this influx of money to because of like how
They
good
probably need more
Baldur's
people.
Gate how good Baldur's Gate 3 is. I can't imagine how fucking good like their next game is going to be. And the one thing that I do want to say too is I've been recently replaying Cyberpunk 2077, and I will say that is probably one of the best games to have come out in the last 10-15 years. Like
That's bold, man.
dude,
That is bold.
all of the work that they've done on that game, like the narrative, the story, the way that they implemented the RPG designs in like talking to NPCs and stuff. Yeah, the AI is bad. Yeah, the gameplay is lackluster, but the one thing that I will give Cyberpunk what's the studio called? Um Projects Project Red Project. Why can't I think of the name of the fucking studio? CD Projekt. Is they know how to fucking A, tell a story, and B, do like environmental like design. Cyberpunk 2077 environment, like the city itself, like the cityscape
Yeah,
and the
that's true.
details is is it's one of the most details games I've in the last 15 years.
Well,
I mean, it's
here's
crazy.
Alex.
I just got tired of picking up dildos.
So I don't know if you've heard my theory about this, with Simon, but I am convinced because I played it when it first came out too, and yeah, you would just pick up hundreds and hundreds of dildos. I am convinced that the higher ups were like, "No, we're releasing this game," and one of the fucking game programmers, like the one of the actual like developers, just literally took the dildo and just like zoomed out on the fucking city map and just fucking like copied and pasted it and just went like this and just like just littered them all over the place as like a fuck you to upper management. I'm convinced that's what happened.
Took the random number generator that like drops loot and made it like 10-1. You're gonna get a dildo.
You're gonna get a dildo. I'm convinced. I'm
Alex,
convinced.
Here's the
I want
problem
that to be the case.
here's the problem that Cyberpunk has though, and that's like there's a game coming up that could rival it to its core, called the Suicide Squad. So,
dude, don't get me wrong, two totally different types of games. But like I was playing Cyberpunk and then I was playing Starfield, right? And like
I'm tired of Starfield. I'm sorry. I just got tired of it.
Starfield is so outdated. Like especially when you compare it to a game like Cyberpunk.
or Baldur's Gate. I
like
mean,
Starfield is just so outdated.
or Remnant.
I wanted Starfield to be so much more than it was.
I felt like Remnant had more staying power than fucking Starfield. And that's because Remnant can, like, you can go through the game 1,000 times and see shit different each time. Starfield felt like you trudged through a lot of shit just to get powerful enough to be a beginning character. Like, half of the skills you unlock should have been unlocked 50 hours ago.
Yeah.
And the missions were boring.
And it's just the old Bethesda formula, and it's just like it doesn't work on that scale.
No, it doesn't.
I
like Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be great. I think.
Like I like Starfield. Don't get me wrong. I put like 120 hours into the game. Like I do like it, but I accept it as a Bethesda game through and through. That doesn't do anything new.
I think the great thing about Starfield isn't so much like it's a bad game. Like you said, it's a game. It's a good game, but
it's a game.
What makes Starfield great is it has a potential to be great once its fan base does shit about it.
Dude, yeah, I have to admit the mods hopefully will be good, but I don't know, man.
So in 10 years when they release Starfield for the fucking refrigerator, like Starfield Special Edition, we'll get all the mods that the fucking modding community made at the same
Yeah,
time, and then Starfield will
just
be
like
great.
what was the hearth thing in Skyrim where you could buy, like the mod, it was a mod first and then you could have the houses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of the other
Yeah,
problem I have with Bethesda is they take their mods, rip them directly off, and then sell them.
yeah, I know, I
Like,
know.
okay, let's get this started. We've talked long
Yeah,
enough.
let's talk about Magic, guys.
All right. So, we got to do the intro first, though. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, hey guys, welcome to Crook and Murder after like 20 minutes of nerd talk. My name's Kenny Crook Irish Kirby. We are not talking about Starfield or the soon-to-be great release of Suicide Squad that's going to overshadow Cyberpunk. Today we are talking about the Lesser Key of Solomon, and I am joined by my co-host Maxwell Murder.
Hello, I'm Maxwell Murder, and I will I will take off the previous 20 minutes and tack it on to the next episode of Stone Gauntlet for you guys.
It's like
That's
the
pretty good.
opening act of the Stone Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm special guest Alex, and I got special permission to leave my room today. Thanks, Max and Ken.
Anytime, buddy. You just got to put in a written request in triplicate and fax it to me.
Yeah,
And
fax
then-
it, email, and send it by USPS,
Snail mail.
please.
Yep.
We're
Yep.
actually gonna take the first couple copies and incinerate them. So you got to do it like 2 or 3 times. To like, we want to make governmental bureaucracy feel as real as possible.
Oh, I'm sorry. We
Absolutely.
lost those forms. You're going to have to fill out another 3.
Speaking about government bureaucracy, do you know how many times I had to do my fingerprints for this new job?
Jesus,
I had
how many?
four appointments.
Are you
because
serious?
someone fat fingered it, and then they couldn't get it right after that. I had to go to 2 different locations 4 times.
Are they the digital ones?
I'm so pumped.
Yeah,
Fucking government.
they
Yeah,
are.
dude, those digital ones suck.
It wasn't even like they were getting good prints off me. It's like somebody on the other end didn't know how to do their job.
Oh, dude, yeah, it sucks.
I think at this point they're going to give me like a permanent offer just because they feel bad for me.
All right, so we are here to talk about the Lesser Key of Solomon because we talked about the Greater Key of Solomon last time. Haha, see how
Yes.
that goes?
Oh,
Ah.
they're very,
Falsely
very
attributed.
different.
Falsely attributed, the Lesser Key of Solomon is a bestiary of the demons Solomon interacted with, as well as a means to summon and control them.
See, you said
And
falsely attributed correctly.
And I hate you. And you may ask, so what is exactly the Lesser Key of Solomon? Properly called the Lemmegeton Clavicula Demonella?
Solomonus.
Solomonus. Everybody
Oh,
knows
not
this.
Silomeno.
Oh.
Sorry, it's not Silomeno. Sorry.
What, you didn't take
so
16th century Latin?
I did
this
not.
This one's going to be a lot harder than the other one because there's a lot less Hebrew.
So this book is heavily inspired by Johann Weier's. I'm assuming it's a like kind of German, Eastern, Scandinavian W. So it's inspired by Johann Weier's. His pseudo demonarchia demonium.
I think you got that right.
Oh man!
I just need to find a topic like every couple days, every couple weeks that just fucks with Alex in pronunciations.
I know.
Which is a Goetta, right? Yep. Yeah.
Goetia.
Goetia. No, Goetia.
I always thought it was
I have
Goetia.
Dating
I have
back
it
to
up.
1577. And you may ask,
Goetia.
And a Goetia is a type of European sorcery, or at least that's what the wiki's saying, I guess. So, side note, the term Goetia stems from the Renaissance era and it basically implies a heretical nature involving witchcraft. Oh yeah, all right. So European sorcery with fucking crazy
Yeah, pretty much.
Europeans.
Yeah.
There you go.
So Johann's copy does not cite the lesser key, nor does it seem to know it exists. This, as well as the omission of demon named Pruflas, which, if you ask me, sounds like a decent type of cereal, indicates that the lesser key was written later than 1577. Basically, the book was not the original manuscript on demons by a long shot. However, it is unfortunately the most popular.
Hold
which
on
is
a
pretty,
second. How do we not
pretty
know, like, Johann Wiener wasn't the original Reddit board?
Via. Johann Via.
How do we know he wasn't, like, the original, 16th century version of Reddit? He's like, no, I didn't write. So this isn't inspired by the Lesser Key of Solomon. These are my own ideas. I wrote some.
He's the 16th century version of IGN.
No, I didn't use 16th century Chat GPT to write this.
But
Oh,
yeah, all right, let's move on. Was he German? Do we know where he was actually from?
You know what?
He's
I can
probably
look it up.
German.
Johann
Johann
Viers.
Wire.
He was Dutch.
Oh, he's Dutch. All right, that makes a lot of sense. Okay.
He was a
okay.
physician.
So the contents of the tomb include the names of the 72 demons and their ranks in the hierarchy, as well as how to conjure, curse, restrain, welcome, and banish them. And we all know the best way to welcome a demon: suck their cock.
That's
How
you
to
do
invoke how to invoke their rulers to force demons under your control, and the necessary seals, drawings, and materials used for your protection. Again, condom is always the safest way.
That's right. If you're gonna
Well,
summon a demon, make sure it's ribbed for your pleasure.
For your pleasure.
Because the demon's gonna maybe wear it.
Well, I mean, we know there's female demons, so you might need a dental down or whatever.
Oh yeah, I don't know. It just reminds me of that scene in what's that movie where they're in like they're trying to survive the apocalypse in what's his face's mansion, and it's got like Seth Rogen and
This is the end.
Oh, the end.
This is the end. It's when what's his face gets like raped by the demon or whatever. Do you remember that scene?
Honestly,
so graphic.
Honestly,
it's so graphic.
It reminds me.
It is.
It reminds me of that scene in Diablo 4, where you like walk in as the Wanderer and you confront Lilith, and she comes walking out and just has these gigantic gazongas, because that's what I would be fucking summoning.
Yeah, and a fucking strap on.
Yeah, there you go. Ripped for Kenny's pleasure. It's like a fucking penis. Okay. Just getting raped. All right, let's move along here. This took a wide right that I was not expecting.
I'm up for negotiation for Lilith.
So the book further details magic as essentially our perception of reality and using our third eye to shape it to our will. If you see gold, you'll get gold. Consequently, if you see trash, you'll get trash, which is another man's treasure. So,
takes Confucius.
Therefore, to do effective magic, you must use in conjunction the 6 operations of it. Number 1, sight. The pentagrams, the robes, the sigils, etc. 2, sound.
The pageantry.
Basically. The invocations. 3, the smell. The perfumes, like Chanel. Number 4, taste.
Klein.
The sacraments. Number 5, touch. We have no examples of this, but I'm sure all of us do it once in a while.
Sex magic.
And then number 6, the mind. When the other 5 are manipulated in harmony, the mind can effectively be changed, warping and controlling your own reality.
Yeah. Kind of like when you go to ImageFap and you like put Lilith in at the top of the search bar.
Dude,
like all sorts of different realities pop up then.
All right. The vibrational names of God Since reality is essentially controlled via the mind, the names of God included in the various chants are vibrational frequencies used to accomplish the numerous feats. When you invoke the names, you initiate one of three things. One, general control of the brain, an establishment of functions relative to the subtle world. Two, control over the brain in detail, rank or type of spirit. And three, control of one special portion, name of the spirit.
Now look, okay,
Yeah.
look, I know I should be hit with a bonk stick right now or whatever the fuck the current generation is all about, but I'm not going to talk about Lilith in this. That is the only time I'm going to mention her. This is important because I've said it time and time again. The universe is run off of facts, or is run off of ones, zeros, sound, and fucking light. And the names of God is provoking certain syllables that resonate with things.
That
Like a tuning fork.
Yeah, like a tuning fork.
Yeah, it has, and that has some how do I put it? That has some basis in the. And I think I've said this a couple of times in the last couple episodes, but it has some basis in at least Judaism and probably older religions, Zoroastrianism. That the name of God is something like very, very sacred, and like in the Hebrew Bible, God has four names, and they can only be written by a scribe who's basically a rabbi, a specialized rabbi. So like, and they can't be written down. They can be and a lot of people won't even say them out loud. But if you've seen the movie Pi, the name of God is like an equation, and it's like very like steeped in Kabbalistic like mystical Judaism.
He's very right. That is correct. Like just the
I'm
sounds,
always right.
the sounds
Thank God.
themselves.
Thank God I'm Catholic. I only got one word for God, and I can say it whenever the fuck I want.
Yeah. That's one of those things that I find it strange. I've always found this strange that like Catholics and Christians like took all this shit from like Judaism, like basically, but like they forgot some of the stuff that's like the most important, like name of God or like
Oh, they didn't
idolatry and
forget.
shit.
They didn't forget.
Okay, they didn't forget it. They omitted it.
They omitted it because they knew that they needed to make it very simple so they can start ranking in that moolah.
Yeah, how else
Well,
are they
yeah.
gonna make praise? I mean money. I mean praise for the Lord.
Make
Well,
praise? What?
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing about. I mean, I don't want to get too off topic, but like I'll just say that the other thing about Christianity that's like vastly different from Judaism is like Jews. We don't really want more people to be Jews. Like we're we're good with the amount of Jews we've got. Even though they've been decimated, like
Sorry, we're closed.
the entire. Yeah. Well, it's like we don't want it to be easy to become Jewish. It's hard to convert. Whereas like Catholics also it's hard to convert, but like other Christian sects are all about the fucking numbers because that means more fucking money.
Is it hard to convert to Catholicism?
Yeah, it's really not that hard.
I just thought you just get fucking drowned in some water.
Pay $10
No,
to the
that's
pastor.
that's like
Get on
I
your
guess
knees.
that's not true. No, you're right because you have to go through like communion and
yeah, you got to do
Yeah.
catechism.
Actually-
Oh my
You.
God.
I have a friend who did it. It took him
All-
about a year.
all those Sundays just flooding back into my memory.
In
Sweet
fact,
Jesus.
some people
God,
have
they
said
were so awful.
some people have said that the younger you are in Catholicism, the easier it is to become part of Catholicism.
Oh,
Like priests
fuck.
apparently tend to like people under 10 for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay, let's move along to the promises of Solomon. Solomon promises that mastery over the art form of magic can grant us 5 outcomes in our material world. 1, it can obtain information, basically bring up facts from the subconscious. 2, it can be used to destroy your enemies, essentially overcome your enemies with a higher understanding of how the universe works comparative to the fundamentals they understand. 3, it can be used to understand the forces of nature, communicate with animals, like cute little squirrels and otters. Although otters are not as cute since I recently learned that they rape other otters. So it kind of ruined the.
Otters are mean. They can maul people.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. And I never knew that. And it really kind of. Yeah, I should have never looked it up.
They got those
Anyways.
cute little hands.
Oh, dude.
Hey.
And they hold hands so they don't drift away. And they have like a
I
little
know.
pouch of fat that they can like shove things in. Fuck, otters.
Alex,
Fuck, why do you have to rape each other?
at least you still have the magic at Disneyland.
Oh, God, I hate Disney.
Scratch that.
I love going to Disney World, but every time I go to Disney World, I want to kill myself about how well that they make me forget how awful it is. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It makes total sense. I look. A while back when I lived in LA, I had seasonal passes to Disneyland, and it was just nice to go for an afternoon and forget that the world is the world.
Yeah, and then you leave Disneyland and like that shot of dopamine is not there and
Yeah.
you can't get it back and then you're like, "My God, the whole thing is constructed in such a way to make me believe that it's real, and I do believe it's real, but
It's the perfect world.
it's
Yeah,
not real."
Dude, there are hard-working alcoholic actors that are underpaid at Disneyland, making sure they keep up the magic for you. Okay,
Hey,
respect
they get paid
that.
all right. They get paid decently.
All right. What number were we on? Number 4. It can be used
Yeah.
to obtain treasure, or, like I said before, trash. In layman's terms, increase our aptitude for business. That's right. Come to us, baby. In 2025, we'll be releasing our new book, The Art of the Deal. Oh, wait, that might be copyright
Oh shit.
infringement.
No, it's business at the speed of thought. Oh shit, not that one.
That's all right, guys. We're just gonna call it The Secret.
That's really good, dude. Oh my god. That was probably one of our best bits yet. All right. So, number
Really
5.
was, really was.
Finally, it can be used to heal diseases. Abnormalities in the body can be corrected via obedience of currents from the brain. Basically, understanding the inner workings of ourselves leads to a greater understanding of the universe we inhabit. And I'd just like to say that this is common sense, and I would hope that everybody would kind of take this in their own lives. But
Well,
unfortunately, maybe that's not true because there are a lot of stupid people.
All right,
there
look,
are. Johann Wieners was a
Wiener?
physician.
Did you just
so-
combine the wiener and the fire? That's all
it's
right.
Johan
I did.
Vina, thank you.
My name is Johann Penis.
Look, Alex, I know I gave you shit earlier when you were like, if you see trash, it's trash. But technically, you were right by adding on that, but one man's trash is another man's treasure. Because the entirety of magic is changing your perception to reality, and in turn, having reality change its perception to you.
Yeah, that's why I put it in there.
So it's like
Hashtag
if
mind
I'm
blown.
living in a fucking refrigerator box on the corner and I change my perception, I'm living in a mansion.
Yeah.
Dude, the one thing that I will say, and this is unacceptable, we should do something about homelessness in this country. But that being said, I watched an interview the other day of some homeless guy that I think he was on Skid Row. I think it was LA. It might have been Florida. But this motherfucker made himself a double floor, like a 2-floor fucking boxed home. Like I was just like, holy shit. Like this is phenomenal. That being said, we should all is it Kentucky? Louisiana? I'm gonna get on my soapbox real quick. I think it's oh man. I wish I could remember the state. But there's a state down south that is I think they're about to pass it. I think they have the votes. That basically if someone is homeless on private property, you have the right to shoot them.
Oh yeah, I think that's not Kentucky. It's the other one. It's Louisiana.
Is
I
it
feel like
Louisiana?
we're inching closer and closer to a civil war as a country.
Let's not talk about it because this whole thing we're talking about right now is like creating reality.
perception. Yeah. All
Yeah.
right.
You know what? That's a
On
good point.
to the fun stuff.
Positivity.
Demonic
Yes.
descriptions.
Listen, guys, let's keep
Yes.
it positive and just talk about demons, okay?
Talk
Absolutely.
about demons. All right.
Let's talk about Lilith pegging Kenny Kirby.
Okay, look, we'll talk about it. Okay, if she showed up, I'd be like, hey, I'm up for negotiations, Lily.
And I just
All
want you to know right now that if you ever write a porn script of Lilith boning you, I will do everything in my goddamn power to get that made, developed, and published.
Okay, I'm gonna call it the Desires of Lilith.
I'm gonna call it The Secret.
Yeah,
the
the Diablo Diaries.
So according to the Lesser Key of Solomon, there are 8 different ranks of demons. Each rank requires a special time to summon them, as well as a special medal attributed to them. And I just want everybody to know, before we get into the discussion of this, yes, at some points you may be confused and thinking we're talking about a union job, but we're not. We're talking about demons.
Honestly, I only have one question, Alex.
What's your question?
When I write this Lilith porn fanfic, can I just give myself flowing like fucking locks of
Dude,
hair? Like
you're the one
Fabio?
writing it. Yeah, you can do whatever you want. And it's not fanflick.
Absolutely.
It's not fanflick. This is serious business. I want you to pour your heart, soul, and cum into this thing.
So I could do that.
I could do that.
I could do
That's
that in
easy.
an evening. Yeah, I got this.
Yeah.
All right. So, much like planetary alignment charts, I lost my train of thought. I don't know what that's in reference to. But so each rank requires a special time to summon them, as well as a special medal attributed to them. Much like planetary alignment charts. There we go.
There you go.
It is also just suggested that you summon demons in remote areas away from men, because fuck women, gotta need something to sacrifice, am I right? Wonka wonka! I can do it more like wonka wonka!
Yeah, that's pretty much it, yeah.
I know I see. Look, obviously it's humankind. You don't want to you just don't want to summon it near anybody.
I gotta do it. I gotta do it every time. I'm sorry. It's for whatever reason, it's a compulsion that I have. All right. Okay, so here are the differing ranks of the demons. So we have the 4 kings. They hold the north, east, south, and west points of the world. They should not be summoned unless you really want your shit fucked up.
Oh yeah.
Figuratively and literally. Though they can be invoked to send spirits. Their chief names are Mamam, Corson,
Yeah.
Zimime, and Ziminair.
I can't wait till you go to hell. You're gonna meet one of these guys and be like,
to be honest with you, those all sound like you know, like when you used to. I don't know about your grandparents, but when I used to go to my grandparents' house, they used to have like a bowl of candy that I'm pretty sure was like 80 years old. That all those demons, all the kings, they sound like those like old ass fucking candies from like the 1800s.
Okay, that's actually
they do.
That's actually part of like Social Security. Everybody's given a bowl of candy.
An allotment of candy.
Yeah.
But it's only one time, right? It's not a monthly thing. You just get the one bowl. You just gotta keep forever.
I'll say that. Okay, so those are the names in the one of the texts. They have different names in different texts.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, it's confusing
because it's old school Reddit, right? People got to change it up so they don't get sued.
I think it's important to recognize here, like, how important that beginning was. Though, like, we should all over Johann Wiener. Technically, the Lesser Key of Solomon is the most popular, but it's not the best version out there, and it's definitely not the original.
Absolutely.
You want a more comprehensive book on demons? Find the Dictionary of Demons. They pretty much
Oh, it's the
compiled all of
best.
it.
All right.
Yeah. What's her face just did the most like the. I want her job because she just all she did for like 10 years was research demons.
It's pretty dope, actually.
Right.
She's an
Yeah.
academic, I'm assuming, or is she not even?
She is.
She's an
She's an
academic.
academic. Yeah, she's an academic who is steeped in the paranormal, but at heart, she's an academic.
So
Yeah,
she
okay.
She's a doc.
is
She's a doctor.
M. Bellinger. Like, I have the book right here.
Yeah,
This book,
yeah.
The Dictionary of Demons, is you can buy it off Amazon because you can buy Ouija boards off Amazon. This is
Or try to buy it through your local bookstores. Local bookstores.
the most
Yeah.
comprehensive volume of demons out there. And yes, I used it as part of my research when talking about the Lesser Key of Solomon.
Yeah. So her. I just want to get her name right. It's Michelle Belanger.
Bellinger.
Yeah, Belanger. She's great. She's great. She's been on paranormal TV shows, and she's always the most rational person there.
Dude, and they have, as we all know, some pretty rational motherfuckers on those shows.
Oh man, Zach Bagans is a very rational man.
So below the 4 kings, we have the chief kings. There are 9 of these demons. And the time to summon and bound them would be around 9 a.m. to noon and from 3 p.m. to sunset. And like I said, no, folks, we ain't talking about unions. Their associated metal is gold. Below chief
Banker's
kings,
hours.
yeah, we have dukes. There are 23 dukes. Time to summon and bound them would be sunrise till noon in clear weather. Their associated metal is copper. Below them, there's princes and prelates. There are 7 of them. Time to summon them, it would be anytime because they're like, low. Well,
They got nothing to do.
they got nothing to do.
Yeah.
All they're doing is eating grapes and testicles off of branches.
That's exactly what they're doing.
All right. Their associated metal is tin.
Now,
Uh,
I want to
go ahead.
interject real quick. Here's the thing. We are going to talk about some of these demons. I went through and cherry picked some of the better ones, some of the more like abstract, weird ones.
There's some boring ones too.
There's some definitely boring ones, and those are coming up in later episodes. We're not going to do all of them, but we're
Yeah.
going to talk about some of the more fun, fascinating ones. I also want to
Absolutely.
plug another book called The Complete Book of Black Magic and Witchcraft. That is by
Oh, it's a good one.
what's her? Hold on. Somebody. I'll figure out the name. This is an old book, and it's the place where the phrase "if you want to fascinate a woman, give her a piece of cheese" comes from.
Oh my god, dude.
That
Jesus
is
Christ.
legitimately a thing on the
Men
internet.
Men are so fucking awful.
It was written by a
Was
woman.
it written? Yeah.
Alex.
I
Oh,
was
it
gonna say.
was?
Yeah.
Sweet
Yeah.
Jesus. What is it, Ann Coulter? Fuck.
Let
No.
me see.
I think she may have been I think she may have been like a Levian Satanist. And he was all about I think he was all about that cheese comment.
What is she from, Wisconsin?
Anton LaVey.
I will figure out the name for you.
All right.
Anton LaVey was from San Francisco.
So below princes and prelates, we have the marquises. Marquises?
Marquise.
Marquise.
Yeah.
There are 15 of these guys, or lads. Time to summon them is 3 p.m. till sunrise. So they, as far as I can tell, have the longest working hours. Their associated
owls.
metal is silver. Below them, we got presidents. There's 14 of these. You can summon them anytime except twilight, unless invoked by their king. Their associated metal is mercury. Then we have 10 earls of count. Time to summon them is anytime, and their associated metal is copper and silver. And then finally, but not least, there is one knight, and his name is Furcus.
Fuck yeah, Furcus.
You can summon him from dawn to sunrise, and from 4 p.m. to sunset. And his associated metal is lead, because he loves
Oh.
making kids stupid.
He's the demon of lead paint.
Okay.
I was gonna say, if you've watched the show Supernatural, the last night of hell that is left is Abaddon. But that's fictional.
All right, I've got the author here. So, the author that compiled it is Catherine Poulsen, but the rights of the book belong to
Shadow
Arthur
Books.
Edward Waite as
Yeah.
the original author. So, yes, a guy did write that you can fascinate women with.
I swear that I think I swear to God that I'm pretty sure what was so Anton LaVey wrote the Satanic Bible, and then what was the other one he wrote? Something about witchcraft.
Let me look it up.
I swear he literally lifted that line and put it in one of his books.
Anton LaVey books. Satan Takes a Holiday and no, that's his albums.
Satan Takes a Holiday? What the
That's
fuck?
his album. That's his music.
What?
If you guys want to have a horrible experience, listen to Anton LaVey's music.
Oh my god.
He's written a lot of books. Holy shit. He's got like
Yeah.
Satanism philosophy.
How do you spell his last name?
Lavey.
Yeah. I'm thinking of the Satanic Witch.
Yeah.
I swear in the Satanic Witch he uses that cheese line. Oh, he wrote a book called Satan Speaks with an exclamation point.
Hobo Johnson?
You can read
The
it while
Revenge of-
listening to his albums.
Oh my god.
I wonder if it's on Spotify. Can I just make a list of Anton LaVey music?
Probably can. Also, I have seen some of his films, and they are bad.
It'd probably go great with Diablo. I'd be like, yeah.
No,
Shitty
it goes
music
great
for a
with
shitty game.
It
Oh,
goes great
this
with
is
like
the opposite. The band is Hobo Johnson, and they made a song called Anton LaVey.
yeah. No, but no, his music is terrible, and his movies were. I want to say they were like if 70s porn was softcore and poorly acted.
Well, now that we've got the obligatory stop the podcast while we all Google something out of the way.
Sorry.
What?
I'm sorry. I'm listening to Satanic Mass right now. Sorry. Okay. All right. So, what are you going to need to summon these demons? Lesser Key does go into detail on the various sigils and materials you would need to not only summon and restrain demons, but also to protect yourself from them. These include the Circle. 9 feet across with divine names written all around it, the circle protects the exorcist from the malice of summoned demons. The Triangle. 3 feet across and 2 feet from the circle, the triangle allows the exorcist to command the evil spirits he summons. The Hexagram. Made on a parchment of a calf's skin, worn at the skirt, and covered with fine white linen, the hexagram is used to force the demons into human shape.
Listen, guys. If anybody out there listening to our podcast takes what we're giving you and decides to summon a demon, you just tell them that Maxwell Murder said, fuck you.
Yeah, I did. I said that.
Definitely leave my name out of it, though.
Yeah, leave my name too, because I'm pretty sure my house is haunted right now.
Oh yeah. Well, we sent a demon to your house. We didn't want to tell you, but
you sons of bitches.
He was like, you know, I was like,
that's why I'm locked in this fucking room.
Alex.
We sent you the demon Derek.
I summoned Derek the demon for a very important question. He was like, what would you like? Fucking money, fame, girls. And I was like, a Philly cheesesteak, because Philadelphia is halfway across the...
Man, we talked about this. Derek is an actual demon, right?
Yeah, Derek is an actual demon.
Derek's my boy.
And he was like, "What are you willing to exchange in return?" And I'm like, "Alex's soul. Just head over there and give me my Philly cheesesteak."
Yeah,
Oh
mess with
man,
that guy.
I could totally
And
go for a fucking Philly cheesesteak right now.
Maybe you could call Derek the Demon and trade my soul for a Philly cheesesteak.
I don't want to. I don't want to say this, but Derek is behind you, and I bet he'd give you a cheesesteak.
He probably would.
Yeah.
Like, do you want onions on that?
All right. Next, we have the pentagram, made of gold and worn upon the breast. The talisman is used to preserve the exorcist from danger and allow commandment of the spirits.
Mm-hmm.
The magic ring, because you always got to have a fucking magic ring, also made of
Yeah.
gold. This is held before the face of the exorcist to protect him from the sulphurous and fiery breath of demons. Yes, they do smell like farts.
Yeah, they don't
The
brush their teeth.
Absolutely.
Okay, listen, it's 2024. We shouldn't be judging demons on their bad breath. If one shows up, wear a ring, sure, but commend them and say, "Hey, I support your desire to not brush your teeth."
Or Derek, I have brought you gum.
This whole episode really makes me want to watch Little Nicky.
I feel like Derek is the one doctor that says no to Colgate.
Yeah.
The vessel.
I actually. This makes me want to watch Supernatural. I didn't even think about Little Nicky.
Then we have the vessel of brass, made of, you guessed it, silver. I mean brass. The vessel was used by Solomon to shut up the evil spirits and contain them when no longer of use. And then finally, the seal of Solomon. This essentially
My
made
boy.
Solomon invulnerable against all weapons, fire, and water.
Hey,
Well,
water can be bad.
yeah.
It can be, but why? Like, could he not be drowned? I don't
Have
really
you ever been
understand that
hit
one.
with a fucking fire hose?
I mean, no, but they didn't have fire hoses back then.
Yeah, but it's a
Hey, you
demon.
got-
He doesn't need the
I
power of
mean,
the fire
I'm
department.
pretty sure the King of Solomon wasn't like, you know,
Solomon had
fucking
a
sitting on a bus with
giant.
Rosa Parks or fucking down, you know, giving speeches with MLK.
Solomon
He
was.
had
Go on.
he had a fucking 40-acre magic carpet.
Yeah.
Dude, oh my god.
He
No,
had a
didn't we?
gigantic. You're telling me he
Was it
didn't have
40
the power.
acres? I feel like we discussed that it was way larger than that.
You're saying he doesn't have
Yeah,
the
actually
power to
it
create
was.
fire hoses when he has a fucking carpet the size of New York? Yeah, he can create a fire hose.
All right, okay, all right,
Yeah.
all right. Don't get your panties in a bunch.
My pennies have been in a bunch.
All right, so so the seal of Solomon can only be made and wielded by one who is pure both inside and out.
Well,
What's
we're
pure?
fucked.
Who the fuck knows? The seal must be made at midnight on the day of Mars or Saturn, aka Tuesday or Saturday. Now, don't get mad at me when I ask this question because I really had this thought when I was reading this. Okay. So it says the seal must be made at midnight. Does that mean you gotta like complete the entire seal in like 0.01 seconds to like it's gotta be like you gotta like it's midnight done like
Yeah,
started
yeah.
and finished at midnight.
Alex.
Or do you-
Max,
or
are
do
That's
you
way too logical, man.
Max,
or do you
are you
just-
listening to this noob?
or can
He's
you
never
like,
summoned a demon before.
or can you get like
I know,
all
right?
of everything you need to create the seal of Solomon and then right at midnight finish it?
Listen, what is this? What third grade? Okay,
What-
are we playing
what do we-
fucking
what do we
easy
got
mode
for
on Halo?
times here?
Listen, if you're creating something at midnight, you probably start at midnight and you have until 1. I'm sure the demons would understand if you don't create it in 0.01 seconds.
So
I
you have
think-
until 12:00:00:00,
Well, don't
and then
be fucking lazy. Don't
until
like start at midnight,
12:59.59.
take a nap.
No, I think you do the hard work, you get everything ready and prepared. It's like cooking. It's like mise en place. You get everything ready, And then, at around like 11:30, you put it all together and make sure it's done at exactly midnight.
Yeah, you're just like do summoning demons, gonna write the circle.
Yeah, yeah,
Do.
yeah.
Throw on some
Got the
Taylor
gold
Swift,
ring.
you'll have fun.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure. But anyways,
We
the
need
parchment.
a guinea pig, so I vote Alex to go create seals at midnight and summon demons.
I don't stay up that late.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, he's yeah.
just do
All
it on a
right.
Friday.
I'll do it.
So,
My best hours are from 6 p.m. to like 2 a.m. So I'll do it.
There we go.
so the parchment has to be virgin. The moon should be increasing in the light and in the sign of Virgo, and finally, it should be inscribed by the blood of a black cock that never trod hen.
So a
And
virgin black cock.
I guess
moving
50% of porn
along.
is out.
Moving along. I really thought for a second there we were gonna make it without commenting on that.
Well, no, actually, I have a legitimate question. Does this mean that like Solomon and or Anton LaVey and or Aleister Crowley had a chicken farm and was breeding cocks that were black?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I legitimately was about to Google black cock.
Oh no, please do. We must
And
know.
realize that would be a horrible, like purest intentions. Like what kind of rooster would you need, right? Like that's like, man,
Oh my
I'm
God.
real glad I didn't make that mistake.
Don't worry, guys. I got this. Lilith Black Cock. Wow.
There
Is that-
are some night like dark black roosters out there.
Well, that's what I'm
judging by-
saying. Like,
Yeah. I didn't search for black cock. I searched for black rooster.
oh shit, dude, those
Then
are
you're doing it
fucking
wrong.
demonic looking. Those are like the
Right?
fucking black hole of a bird.
Right? Oh man. God, Solomon just must have had a whole farms of black cocks.
All right, I'm looking up Black Cock. Black Cock.
Don't do that.
Black cocktail dress. Thanks, Otto. Bill. Black Cock videos. Xvideos.com. Will that show me what I'm looking
I
for?
guess,
All right.
I guess we know that I guess we know that Kirby doesn't have safe search turned on.
So our next topic is conjurations, restraints, invocations, curses, welcomings, and banishments. So basically, it's what's going to happen after you've summoned the fucking goddamn demon.
All the things you need.
All the things you need. So the adoration of the bath. So this is essentially a purification ritual before summoning the various spirits. Then you have conjurations. There are two of these, and they are used to summon the spirits. The second conjuration is a fail-safe for the first one. So I'm assuming you do them in order, right? Like you do the one.
Gotta be careful. Yeah.
Restraints. This is used to ensnare the demon when they have been summoned. That, or you could just use, if your dog has died recently and you got a dog cage lying around, you could use one of those too. Invocations are used to force the demon
Alex
to
is
arrive.
gonna die. You're already cutting corners. You're like, you know what? You don't really need cornflakes will do.
Got weed in them, right? I mean, invocations are used to force the demon to arrive if both conjurations fail. Basically, you invoke the king of said demon to send his minion if you are being ignored. This will apparently work if the other two have not. Then there are two curses. If a demon is being a dick or refusing to come, you can essentially use the name of God to damn him to the depths of hell and chain him up. Yeah, we're getting kinky.
You know, it wasn't weird until you paused right in the middle of it.
It would have been fine until you paused.
Afterwards, you would use the conjuration of fire to flame his ass.
Look, half of my
kinky.
fanfic's already written. Black Cock, Lilith.
Dude, for real, right?
Demons
Just
coming.
turn this outline into a fucking porno. Then we have welcomings. So if a demon comes willingly and is not being a douche, it is recommended you welcome him graciously before dealing with him. Because obviously, if someone comes willingly, you should be gracious.
Mouth open is usually the best way.
Then you have banishment. So when the business is concluded, and that demon's got to get back to his big old pimp, you got the license to depart is used to send the demon away. Should probably do this, as forcing a demon to be your personal slave will likely only work until a shift is over. Then you've pissed off a demon in your vicinity. And I just want to say, yep, I am 100% convinced after this that demons are unionized.
It's a sex trade.
Oh, absolutely. No, it's there. If you, I mean, they've got the hierarchy. They probably have union cards and union dues they have to pay.
They're
Yeah.
the unionized Las Vegas sex workers.
They have
Yeah.
to go home and pay demonic taxes just like the rest of us. Make sure
So-
you pay them or they will send their kings after you.
Actually, so you were saying you want to watch Little Nicky after this. All of this, like, if you read, there are 300 issues of the original run of Hellblazer, and if you read all 300 of those, you could probably get a good understanding of the hierarchy of hell and who to summon and who not to summon.
I thought you were going to say that if you read all 300 episodes, you would realize that Little Nicky is just a ripoff of it. Then I Googled Hellblazer and realized that is not what you meant. Or you
No,
were going
no.
with that at all.
I'm talking John fucking Constantine.
Yeah, I got it now.
You know,
like,
what John Constantine would be really good in? The Suicide
What?
Squad game. Because
Oh my God.
he would just show up and be able to fly around or something. I don't know. How does he move?
Wait,
There was a run where he was in the Suicide Squad.
So there you go, Alex. It's pertinent to our
he?
podcast.
Oh,
so
he is.
buy the game.
He is
Oh, no,
DC
it was-
Comics.
He was also in Dark Justice League so after the 300 ran, like, so the original Hellblazer was the most successful comic book from the Vertigo imprint, which was DC's adult imprint. And after that was over, they decided to put John Constantine in a lot of weird situations, like Dark Justice League, which you could probably imagine what it's like for a chain-smoking alcoholic who has no superpowers and is one of the only comic book characters who aged, teaming up with Superman.
Where's that? How did Amanda Waller get Constantine on her side?
I don't remember. I was guessing. I'm pretty sure he did a run on Suicide Squad, but he was not like a regular member like Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Whoa,
if
whoa,
Amanda
whoa!
Waller-
John Constantine shows up in the fucking GW fucking comic book shows.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You mean the WB?
Is it WB? Sorry, no, it's CW, isn't it? No, CW.
CW. So, yeah, you're right. CW. Yeah, he had actually two things. He had his own series that was canceled after 13 episodes. The same guy who played him in that then went on to play him in Legends of Legends of the Future,
Now,
whatever it's called.
Legends of Tomorrow. Now, would you say
Legends
Legends
of
of
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow is good because it doesn't take itself serious?
Oh my
Yeah,
God!
you remember
This
how much I
came
used to-
out 7 years ago. I'm sorry. My mind
Yeah.
is blown right now.
But this is great. The guy who played him loved the character so much that he insisted on coming back for Legends of Tomorrow. And Legends of Tomorrow is the single best superhero television show that has ever aired because it was all of the B to D list superheroes, and they always made fun of themselves. It was hilarious.
I kind of want to see this now.
Dude, do you remember how much I watched it when we lived together? It was always on.
You did watch it a lot.
And
Right.
it's such a good show to have on the background because it's just like it's like the White Canary. Who fucking cares about the White Canary?
What's it called? Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah, it is. It is. So the first season is they tried to make a serious show, and it's like, meh. But like the second season, they realized that you can't make it a serious show because like they've got it's shares the same universe as the Flash and Supergirl,
So
and they they just decided like who fucking cares? We're not even gonna put our fucking superheroes in their costumes until like the very last episode because it's too much work.
so it went the route of the Evil Dead, where it's just like, ah, fuck it.
Absolutely, yes, yes, absolutely. Like it reminds me of Ash versus Evil Dead without like the the blood and dirtiness.
All right. So just to get a little bit back on topic, you guys have anything else to say about demons or summoning demons or
I
banging
actually,
demons or getting banged by demons or fingering the butthole of demons or restraining
They finger you.
demons
Alex,
or
don't promise me with a good time.
well, I'm not a demon,
Seriously.
so I'm not promising you shit.
I think next
Eric
week,
is gonna use his fucking finger on you.
or not next week, but the week after, we're gonna come back with the Dukes of Hell, and then we're gonna probably talk about Lilith after that.
Absolutely. Lilith, aside from Diablo, Lilith is one of the best, like, I don't know, religious tragedy characters ever. She's awesome.
Yeah, because she tried to save Sanctuary, but Anarius got in the way.
No, you
Oh,
said
God damn it.
that's the opposite. Dude, all right. I just want to say maybe we should do this off the air, but I'm going to say this right now so everybody can hear it. We're going to have to set some ground rules for the episode of Lilith.
What? I'm- Listen.
Yeah.
We're going to have to set some goddamn ground rules. Otherwise, that episode is going to be like 3 hours of you just doing audio porn of Lilith.
So, okay, look. I will only give you 2 hours of audio porn of Lilith. Is that good?
Join us on
Well,
Patreon, and if you subscribe, you can get 2 hours of audio porn of Ken and Lilith.
oh
Where
my
Ken
God.
does all the
Who's gonna
voices.
play Lilith? Who's gonna play Lilith?
I just said Ken does all the voices.
Oh, I was gonna offer up my girlfriend to play Lilith.
Oh, there you go. We're already there. All right. Okay, so the upcoming episodes, we are going to be talking about the Dukes of Hell, the Princes of Hell, the Marquises, the Earls, the Counts, and the Knights, and the Kings. The thing with
And
those,
not to be confused with the Marquise of Hazard.
yeah, definitely not the Marquise of Hazard.
I see what you did
Did you
there.
hear that one? Did you see what I did there? Yeah.
I got
Yep.
that.
Now,
Yeah.
the thing with those episodes is they're going to be a list of demons we're just going to talk about. So I don't want to bore
The
you.
interesting thing, though, is they still drive the same car.
They do.
We're not going to bore you with episode after episode of that. So we're going to spatter in some stuff like Lilith, Exorcism, Hellhounds. We got all that coming up. Especially Lilith. And that's all I got to say on that.
If you want to see a really good fictional depiction of Lilith, watch the Sabrina series on Netflix.
And if you
So,
want
the
to...
teenage
like the newer, like the
Yeah, the
new
one.
season, the new one.
Yeah,
if
Lilith is featured heavily, and they get it right. Great.
If you guys want
Wait,
to
is this
see...
the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina?
That
Man,
one.
that lasted way longer than I thought. I also thought What's Her Face came back to do Sabrina. This is not What's Her Name.
No, it's a totally different show. It's based off the Archie comics.
Wow.
And if you want to see a very realistic version of Lilith that I just found, type in Black Cock Lilith into your search bar and watch the first video. You won't be disappointed.
Please, no one do that.
And with that, you can always find an uncut version of the show on Twitch and YouTube. Complete audio and edited versions of the show can be found wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. And if you'd like to support the podcast, you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/Crook Irish Studios. If you're interested in learning more about any of the topics discussed here, you can start by finding a list of our sources under the description of each episode on your preferred platform, or by Googling Lilith Black Cocks. You can also always email us, but be nice, at crookirish.studios@gmail.com.
Didn't someone say Crook Irish Studios was taken as a domain name? We should just call our website Blackcock Lilith.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah.
Do I have any veto power in this, like voting power in this arrangement? Because I would like to.
You know how
I'd
many
like
views we'd get? I mean, like, top search results.
Just I'm gonna say you guys can email and be mean. I don't really care. I'm checking the email right now, and I would love someone to come on and just call all of us assholes so I can respond.
Listen, Max is probably the nicest of. Well, actually, those two are way nicer than me. So, all the fan mail goes to them. And if you got anything to say, be nice to them. They're good people. Alex and Max.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah.
But
I'm secretly an asshole.
he's a big old teddy bear. All the girls love him.
True.
Yeah. Hey,
they
guys,
want his lemonade.
They do. Because his lemonade brings all the Lilith to the yard. Shout outs to John Zara for allowing us to finish. What if she's into water sports? Shout out to John Zara for allowing us to use his Old Lang Syne as his finish song. I'm fucking this up. His YouTube channel is JOHNZARRA. He is not affiliated with Lilith in any way. And then
He's a good guy.
One of the sloppiest endings to an episode ever.
All I can think is that Lilith's piss probably tastes like acid.
It probably is just straight acid. But I'd be like, damn, now I'm in hell. Now I'm immune to it. You see what I'm saying? It's like there's a process.
Oh my god. Oh, this is the framework of what we're gonna actually make money on.
Max goes to edit this episode. It's 2 minutes long. Afterwards. So demons exist, guys. The end. My name is Kenny Crook Irish Kirby, and keep it weird out there, but not too weird. I want to take that.
My name is Maxwell Murder, and you can dial L for Lilith.
And I'm special guest Alex. I got nothing witty to say.
That should be your catchphrase. I just got nothing witty to say.
It's the demon Derek is sucking the life out of you.
I feel like all of my wit was used up in this episode throughout the episode. So
it was pretty good. It was pretty good.
It was pretty good. It was much better than me. Hey,
this is amazing. All right.
Yeah, because you just talked about boning Lilith the entire time.
Listen, if we're gonna be talking about hot demon chicks, what do you want me to do?
I'm just gonna say I really can wait to do the Lilith episode.
Yeah.
That is something. If we want to wait and do that later, I can wait.
So Lilith in the Sabrina series, I'm gonna say that she's a little older. She's kind of got a librarian feel, and I'll end it at that.
Good God! I need to go research that.
Yes, you do it right now.